Every year, 90,000 Americans are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and most are over 60. Parkinson's disease is a progressive movement disorder that involves a loss of dopamine, an important brain chemical. Catching it early can help protect your independence, your memory, and even your mental health. It doesn't start with a full-body tremor. It often starts with small changes. You walk slower, your posture leans forward, or your steps shorten. Many people mistake these early signs as just aging, but they could be your brain's first warning. Hi, I'm from Golden Aging Health. In this video, I'm sharing 5 early symptoms of Parkinson's disease, especially the non-movement signs that doctors say are often overlooked. And yes, we'll cover practical ways to stay sharp, active, and independent well into your 70s and beyond. But before that, make sure you like and subscribe to Golden Aging Health, and be sure to watch it all the way through. Your brain will thank you. Brain change number 1. Loss of smell, hyposmia. Let's start with one of the earliest and most surprising brain changes linked to Parkinson's disease, a reduced or complete loss of smell, also called hyposmia. Many people don't realize this, but long before the hand tremors or stiffness begin, Parkinson's often starts deep in the brain, in the olfactory bulb, the area responsible for detecting scents. According to the National Institute on Aging, more than 90% of people with Parkinson's report smell loss years before diagnosis. Imagine this. You've been brewing your morning coffee for a while now, and suddenly you can't smell the rich aroma anymore. This isn't just an annoyance, it's a warning sign. Why does this happen? In early Parkinson's, a protein called alpha-synuclein starts building up in brain regions responsible for smell. This buildup damages nerve endings and may silently progress for years. Here's a tip. Try a simple home test. Sniff items with strong scents: coffee, vanilla, citrus, even peanut butter. If you notice a recent or sudden decline, don't ignore it. It doesn't mean you have Parkinson's, but it could be a reason to talk to your doctor or a Parkinson's specialist, especially if other symptoms follow. And by the way, have you ever experienced a sudden loss of smell without a cold or allergy? Comment below. I'd love to know your experience. Brain change number 2. Acting out dreams. REM sleep behavior disorder. Now, let's talk about something that may sound strange but could be an important early warning sign of Parkinson's. Acting out your dreams while you sleep. This condition is called REM sleep behavior disorder, or RBD. Normally, when we enter the deep REM stage of sleep, our brains temporarily paralyze our muscles so we don't move. But in RBD, that protective mechanism goes out of whack and people kick, punch, talk, or even scream in their sleep. According to a 2019 study published in The Lancet Neurology, up to 80% of people diagnosed with REM sleep behavior disorder will eventually develop a neurodegenerative disease like Parkinson's. I remember a story from a viewer who told me that her husband started flailing his arms in the middle of the night, something he had never done before. Years later, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Sleep disturbances are one of the earliest signs. In Parkinson's, dopamine-producing neurons in the brainstem begin to deteriorate. This includes the areas that regulate sleep paralysis, which leads to uncontrolled movements during dreams. If your partner notices unusual movements or you wake up feeling like you're in the middle of a fight, this is something you should talk to your doctor about, ideally, a Parkinson's specialist. And here's the kicker. Sleep symptoms like these can appear decades before tremors or dementia, so don't ignore them. Most people miss warning signs 5 because they think it's just part of the aging process. You'll want to stay tuned to find out. Brain change number 3. Subtle mood and personality changes. One of the earliest and most overlooked signs of Parkinson's isn't physical, it's emotional. Do you know legendary actor Robin Williams? He was diagnosed with a form of Parkinson's called Lewy body dementia shortly before he died. According to his widow and neurologist, One of the first signs was a sudden change in mood, anxiety, confusion, and a sense that something was wrong with his brain, long before any visible motor symptoms appeared. This isn't uncommon. Changes in mood, behavior, or mental health can appear years before the tremor. You may feel more anxious, lethargic, unusually irritable, or less emotionally responsive. It's linked to a drop in dopamine, but it's also linked to disruptions in serotonin and norepinephrine, neurotransmitters that help regulate mood. These changes often begin in the parts of the brain involved in emotion and motivation, long before the regions that control movement are affected. In fact, a Mayo Clinic review found that depression and anxiety are present in up to 50% of patients before motor symptoms begin. And sadly, many seniors and even doctors write it off as just part of getting older. Here's my advice. If you or a loved one has recently lost interest in hobbies, seems more withdrawn, or says things like, "I don't feel like myself anymore," pay attention. Combine that with other subtle symptoms, it might be time to consult a Parkinson's specialist. Have you or a loved one noticed a major change in personality for no apparent reason? Let me know in the comments. Your story may help others spot the early signs. Before we move on, here's a quick brain fact that might surprise you. Did you know that by the time the first visible signs of Parkinson's disease appear, your brain may have already lost 60 to 80% of its dopamine-producing cells? That's why early non-motor symptoms, like the ones we're discussing today, are so important. They're like warning lights on your dashboard, giving you a head start before real damage sets in. Okay, let's keep going. Brain change number 4. Smaller, messier handwriting, micrographia. Have you noticed your handwriting getting smaller, tighter, or harder to read over time? It may seem like just another part of aging, but it can actually be a powerful early warning sign of Parkinson's blank. This condition is called micrographia, and it's quite common in the early stages of Parkinson's. According to the Parkinson's Foundation, many older adults report that their writing becomes cramped, uneven, or shaky, especially when writing longer sentences. What causes it? As Parkinson's begins to affect the motor cortex and basal ganglia, the areas responsible for fine motor control, the ability to fine-tune the precision of your movements, begins to decline. Writing becomes slower and more laborious. Each letter may start out normal, but quickly shrinks or slant as your hand gets tired. Here's a simple test. Write a sentence like, "Today was a good day," on a piece of lined paper. Then do it again right below. If the second line becomes significantly smaller, more cramped, or harder to control, you may be seeing signs of micrographia. This symptom isn't just about handwriting. It reflects how a loss of dopamine affects the brain's ability to coordinate smooth, automatic movements. What can help? Occupational therapy, large grip pens, and daily hand-strengthening exercises can make a difference. In some cases, early treatment for Parkinson's disease can also improve writing by restoring dopamine function. Brain change number 5. Slower thinking and decision-making, bradyphrenia. As I mentioned earlier, here's the hidden sign many overlook because it feels like nothing more than slowing down with age. And that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. My son's school principal, who retired in his late 60s and was known for being articulate and organized, began to notice something was wrong. Not exactly memory loss, more like a mental slowdown. He would stop mid-conversation, take longer to find the right words, or feel mentally exhausted after trying to make simple decisions. But then a neurologist confirmed it was an early, non-motor symptom of Parkinson's, something called bradyphrenia, or slowed thinking. Many older adults with early-stage Parkinson's feel mentally present. They can remember things, but they process information more slowly. You may find it difficult to follow conversations, make plans, or make quick decisions. As dopamine levels decline, not only the motor circuits but also the executive function regions of the brain slow down. A 2021 Harvard Health report found that many Parkinson's patients experience cognitive drag before any motor symptoms appear. The good news? Studies show that regular physical activity, mentally stimulating tasks like solving puzzles or learning something new, and a diet rich in omega-3s and antioxidants can help maintain processing speed. And don't underestimate the power of social interaction. Just talking to friends every day can help keep your brain active. Have you ever felt mentally slow, as if your thoughts were moving through molasses, even though your memory seemed fine? Share your experiences in the comments. So let's quickly recap the 5 early brain changes that may signal the start of Parkinson's disease, often years before the classic tremors appear. Loss of smell, acting out dreams, mood or personality changes, shrinking handwriting, slower thinking. If any of these feel familiar, even just one, I strongly encourage you to talk with your doctor or a qualified Parkinson's specialist. Catching these signs early can lead to better treatment, a longer period of independence, and more options to protect your brain health. Keeping your brain active isn't just a good idea. It's one of the most powerful ways to fight back. Engaging in learning, staying connected through conversations and community, moving your body with light daily activities, and nourishing yourself with brain-supporting nutrients like omega-3s, leafy greens, and berries. All of these choices send a positive message to your brain. Especially after age 60, these habits aren't just helpful, they're essential. They can slow cognitive decline, help you feel more alert and confident in your daily life, and support the healthy aging we all deserve. And remember, you're never alone in this. We at Golden Aging Health are here to help. So let me know in the comments, have you experienced any of these brain changes, or has someone close to you experienced them? Let's expand this conversation. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe to Golden Aging Health and share it with someone you care about. Together, we can build a healthier, more informed senior community.